Hi there, I'm Mabel, a 30-year-old who recently found herself in possession of a substantial fortune. This unexpected windfall led me to uncover an unsavory side of my husband. Today, I'll share this tale and how I inadvertently sought retribution against two individuals simultaneously. But first, a bit more about me. I had a close bond with my grandparents, even though we lived apart. Every few months, they'd visit, and my grandmother, in particular, showered me with love and affection. My grandfather's passing at 17 left me devastated, and I decided to attend college in my grandmother's state to stay close to her. It was during college that I met Toby, my now ex-husband, and we began dating in our junior year. Our relationship flourished, and we got engaged after graduating. While waiting for financial stability to tie the knot, Toby moved in with me. Everything seemed great, except for the challenge of dealing with his sister, Julia. Julia, living in a different state, adored Toby excessively and viewed me as a threat to their bond. Despite her constant rudeness, I tolerated her visits because she brought along her daughter, Viola, with whom I shared a special connection. Toby, unfortunately, never stood up for me, unwilling to hurt his sister. Fast forward to 4 years into our marriage, two significant events unfolded. Firstly, my beloved grandmother passed away, leaving me grief-stricken. Inheriting a substantial sum meant little compared to the loss. Secondly, Julia and her family returned to town. Toby's presence at home dwindled as he spent most of his time with Julia or, when at home, focused on her needs. Desperate to reconnect with Toby, I attempted to discuss my feelings, but he remained indifferent. Until one rare day when he returned home alone, affording us a chance to talk. I cautiously broached the subject. "Hey, sweetie, how was your day?" This marked a rare opportunity to address the growing distance between us. I yearned for her presence, and being around her just makes everything feel right. Anyway, do you want to hear what we discussed? Sure, go ahead. Well, I was sharing with her our plans to purchase a house. Hold on, I never agreed to that. Just hear me out. Julia asked about the funding, and I explained your inheritance. She believes it's a wise investment for our future. Why do you think that? You have more than enough money to almost fully buy a house. Investing in a home would secure our future, and I genuinely think it's a smart move. But I have other ideas for my money, things that could benefit both of us. I don't want to put all my money into one thing. It's like you're implying that your money is exclusively yours, not ours. Well, in a way, it is. I decide how to use it, and you can't dictate that. Look, either invest in something for both of us, or I'm leaving. Leave? Where would you go? You're practically begging me to use my money for a house. If you choose to leave, it's your loss. So you're fine with me leaving because you want to keep your money to yourself. Don't twist my words. I brought it up because I thought you loved me and wanted a future together. Forgive me for trying to secure our future. You're not making sense. I'm keeping my money, and I'll decide where and how to spend it. Fine, but can you at least consider spending it on a house for us? I wasn't sure why Toby was so insistent on buying a house, but something felt off. That's why I stood my ground. After that conversation, Toby distanced himself even more, spending increasingly more time at Julia's place. Julia stopped visiting, except to drop Viola off for me to babysit. I attempted to have a conversation with Toby numerous times, trying to understand what was bothering him. However, he always evaded the topic, insisting that everything was fine. Eventually, I gave up, hoping he'd open up when he was ready. Things took an unexpected turn one day when Julia dropped off Viola for me to babysit. "Hey, Viola, how's my favorite niece doing?" I teased. "I'm your only niece. Still your favorite, though," she chuckled. We planned a day out for ourselves, discussing nail colors and ice cream flavors. Suddenly, Viola dropped a bombshell. "I heard Mommy and Uncle talking the other day about cases and a big house after you left." Shocked, I probed further. Viola confirmed what she heard. She felt guilty for sharing, but I assured her she did nothing wrong. After our day together, I made her promise not to tell her mom or Toby. As Julia picked up Viola, panic gripped me. Toby's deception was unfathomable. I decided to call Toby's father, Edgar, a lawyer. Despite the risk, I trusted Edgar's integrity. He answered cheerfully, and I hesitantly explained the situation. "Hi, Edgar. How are you?" I began. After exchanging pleasantries, I confessed my concerns about Toby's behavior. Despite Toby's presence being the issue, I sensed Edgar could help. His response, however, left me anxious. "I consistently urged Toby to treat you right because women as remarkable as you are hard to come by." "Thank you, Edgar. You might be the only one in your family who sees me that way." I expressed my gratitude. "What are you talking about?" he inquired. I recounted babysitting Viola, who disclosed that Toby and Julia were plotting something against me. Edgar was taken aback, seeking clarification. Viola didn't know the specifics, but there was mention of a case and plans to take money from me. Stunned, Edgar asked, "What in God's name are you telling me?" "I also don't know what's going on. I'm worried, and I thought I'd come to you for help, considering you're a lawyer." "Good job coming to me. Do you believe Viola?" he asked. "I do, especially because Toby has distanced himself from me in the past few months. I tried talking to him, but he never took me seriously." "Why do you think Julia is involved?" "Ever since she moved back, they've been spending a lot of time together. I get that they were apart for years, but recently, Toby's been at her house for hours every day. It's a bit odd. Something must have happened a few months ago that triggered Toby's strange behavior." "Ah, what happened a few months ago?" "I received my grandmother's inheritance after her passing, a substantial amount. Toby wanted to use it to buy a house, but I was hesitant. Since then, he's been acting strange. My guess is they're planning to get their hands on my money." Edgar expressed concern for his children's actions, apologized, and suggested meeting at his office the next day to discuss the situation further. Grateful for his support, I took a day off and visited his office. Edgar apologized once again, but I insisted on focusing on finding a resolution. We suspected Toby might seek a divorce, so our first step was to contact reputable divorce lawyers in the city for advice, limiting Toby's options due to a potential conflict of interest. The next challenge was unraveling their plan to take my inheritance. Thankfully, Edgar was by my side, offering guidance and support. I had the foresight to keep my inheritance money in a separate bank account, never using it for Toby or myself. Though I intended to purchase luxury items for Toby, it became clear that it wouldn't happen since they couldn't access the funds. Edgar and I suspected they might resort to outright theft. Knowing I could control the situation by setting a trap, I utilized the advanced security system in my apartment, a precaution against potential break-ins, which Toby knew about and agreed to when he moved in. Subtly, I hinted to Toby that my bank details were on my laptop, feigning bank troubles he could assist with. Furthermore, I informed Toby of plans to meet a friend over the weekend, leaving him alone at home. Edgar acted as my alibi. During our conversation, I received a notification of a transfer from my account to our joint one. Alerting the police upon my return, I confronted Toby. Sitting in the dining room, Toby initiated the conversation. "We need to talk." "About us?" I inquired. "We're not working out," Toby declared. "I agree," I replied, surprised. "You agree? What do you mean?" "For one, I didn't appreciate you threatening to end things over money. I would have spent it on both of us had you not done that. I didn't think you would. And that's another issue. You think so little of me. That's not a sign of a good partner. You've been selfish since the start, and I tolerated it because I loved you." "How was I selfish?" "I helped you pay off your student loans first, not mine. I supported you for a year when you were unemployed. I sacrificed a lot for your happiness. Don't act like you were righteous. I would have done the same for you. You never helped me out," Toby countered. "Why would I expect you to sacrifice your comfort for me when I was sick? You're just trying to make me feel bad," Toby retorted. "No, and my last reason for not wanting to be with you is that I don't want to be with a lying, manipulative thief," I replied. "What are you saying?" "Don't think I don't know about what you and Julia have been planning. I saw you transfer money from my account into our joint account. I know you wanted to split that during the divorce." No, Don't even bother. I know about everything. You are a pathetic man, and I see no reason to be with you. Well, I'll still get half of what I transferred into our account. I still win. Will you? If I recall correctly, I had security cameras installed in my apartment, and you made that transaction from my laptop when I wasn't at home. I've already reported you for theft. The police should be here anytime soon. You did what? Oh, here they come. Good luck. I'll see you in court. The relief of finally seeing Toby pay for his actions was unparalleled. The following weeks were a nightmare of courtroom sessions and evidence viewing. Along with the theft charges, I filed for divorce. Edgar, my lawyer, fought diligently to ensure Toby paid properly for his crime. Edgar won the case, and Toby was sentenced to 2 years in jail with an additional $30,000 fine. Nothing tasted sweeter than the flavor of revenge. As Edgar and I celebrated our victory, Julia approached us. She had been conveniently absent during previous trials, choosing to show up only on the day of the verdict. That in itself spoke volumes. Angry, she pointed her finger at Edgar. Dad, you were helping this witch. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't have helped Toby. I don't know, Julia. Maybe because she literally put your brother in jail, and he deserved his sentence. That'll make him think twice before trying to steal from someone again. How could you do that to your own son? How could you do that to your own brother? Don't think I didn't see the real reason behind your plan. You were going to help Toby get the money so you could also reap the benefits. I was trying to give him a break from this jerk here. You have no idea how toxic she is for him. I don't think she was the toxic one, Julia. You were a bad influence on him, and he was stupid enough to fall for your little game. He's getting the punishment he deserves, and maybe now he'll think twice before ever listening to you. You know you're going to lose him this way. He will never talk to you. Good, because, as far as I'm concerned, I have no children. I'll be here, but I'm not happy with the way you treated my baby brother. As far as I'm concerned, neither you nor your brother are my children because I know for a fact that this is not how I raise my kids. What are you talking about? What I'm saying is that I'm disowning both of you, and I want nothing to do with either of you. You can't do that. I actually can, and I'm going to do just that. This is all Mabel's fault. If she just thought of someone other than herself for a second, this would not have been happening. No, you should not have been so greedy. I was going to spoil Toby with all the things he wanted, but you had to interfere. You took away everything from him, and I hope you sit and think long and hard about what you did to your brother. Goodbye. I grabbed Edgar's hand, and we left. We couldn't help but let out a chuckle at what had happened. I was happy that Toby got what he deserved, and that I was going to be free of his manipulative ways. I was also happy to see Edgar take my side. I did feel bad that it was because of me that he had lost both of his children, but he assured me that it was their own decisions that led to that. I took him out for coffee afterward, and we've maintained a good friendship ever since. Julia harassed me a bunch over text, and Edgar took it upon himself to tell Julia and her husband to leave me alone. Now this is where I unintentionally got revenge on Julia as well. You see, Julia's husband had no idea about Julia's involvement in what happened between Toby and me, so he called Edgar and asked him what happened and was shocked to learn about what Julia had done. Apparently, their marriage had been in the dumps for a while because of Julia's constant nagging that he never brought home enough money while simultaneously refusing to work. He did not like that she would go to such lengths and ask for a divorce, of course. He also asked for full custody of Viola and managed to get almost full custody. Julia got custody for every other weekend. Not to mention, she didn't get much through that divorce either, considering that he had her sign an ironclad prenuptial agreement before marriage. Julia only received a small amount of alimony for a set period of time, and she was kicked out of their house. Once again, she blamed it all on me, and if I'm being completely honest, I was a little happy to see the way she got what she deserved. She tried to meddle in someone else's life, and she paid the ultimate price for it. Not to mention, I got to see Viola still because she loved me, and Julia's ex-husband could not say no to Viola. He was very apologetic for what Julia did, but I reminded him that he had no idea, so he had nothing to apologize for. And before you ask, yes, I am spoiling Viola senseless. As for me, my life is only getting better. I got a promotion at work and also decided to hire an accountant to help manage all my finances. I have invested my money in a few places, and it's only a matter of time before I get my returns on those. Getting to where I am today took a lot of struggle, but let me tell you, the view from where I'm at is one that I'm loving. I have a better understanding of people, and I'm going to be a lot more cautious. Thank you for your time.